remember, I'm drowning myself in work to get over my sorrows. Thankfully, it was not alcohol I chose. I chose work. Yeah, I'm drowning in my sorrows. I'm still not over my father's, uncles, and cousins' death. I'm over a really horrible, not over a horrible relationship I'm leaving or have left.
I'm loving this story, and part of I love understanding how organizations got to where they are or are where they are. But so I didn't truly see this CTA going in this manner where your life is intertwined with this story. You know,
it's been a big part of my life.
Yeah, you can't just leave it out.
Yeah.
And neither can it leave you out. You see, like now in my essence, I'm like, what do you mean Michael came and he's the one who offered you a job? That means you knew Michael.
Yes.
You get what I mean? And well, by the time he's come to tell you, listen, I'm not going to offer you this again, he knows you're the right person for this job, but you already have a relationship with him. Can I ask about Michael from your perspective? Before you answer that question, let me say that you're already telling me who he is without you telling me who he is. So for example, when you talk about your work and the CSR side of it, I've always looked at the CSR as somebody who was just trying to tick a box. This thing was real.
It was real, and it was from the heart. It was the right thing to do. He wanted to be there for Kenyans in the ways that mattered to Kenyans, not in the way we sitting in our big building thought should happen. We were giving cows to communities who wanted to start a milk business. We were donating chickens. We were doing walks to fundraise for cancer patients. We were literally everywhere. Kenyans needed us, not wanted us, needed us to be, and that's important.
And
our
how do you find this? Because you guys
are
Barbies from Tao.
We are Barbies from Tao, but we had a process in which, for some reason, people would bring letters and people would come to the building and wait at reception with a handwritten letter. And my job as the events, because we later on brought in a sponsorship manager, her job was to take the letters and read them and put them in an Excel sheet. And then the sponsorship committee would meet every 2 weeks, if not every month, to score and give people money every month. And Richie, at that time, our sponsorship budget was even bigger than the marketing budget. If we'd come to a meeting and say money is finished, the money was added. There was nothing like that. That money had to be there to give. We did, and again, it was not a tick the box. It was, we understood how we needed to show up for Kenyans.
People walked to Safaricom with letters.
They would drop them at our shops. Those letters would be either scanned or sent to us.
So like the distribution shops or the MPESA shops?
Retail shops.
Or the retail shops. But that means by the time people are dropping those letters there, there's already a conversation that has gone out on the ground that these people help people.
Yes. I'll tell you, if you want to see some of these letters, go to the Michael Joseph Center in Safaricom HQ2. On ground floor, as you enter, there's a cow made of, I think it's acrylic or something. If you look closely to that cow, it's called the thank you cow. It's been made from letters of sponsorship and thank yous from communities.
No way.
So next time you're in Safaricom, guys,
check out that cow.
Feel free, go.
First of all, Safaricom cows.
There's the cow that is natural and no, but go see that cow. You'll see thank you letters, all the communities who wrote back thank you letters, etc.
Yo. Okay, but I hear there's Michael, Mr. Tough Guy.
Yes.
Mr. No Nonsense.
Hey, yes, because you don't run a business by being complacent, we're here to work. That's what we're here to do.
So what did work look like from your perspective?
Ask me that question in a different sentence.
Okay.
In what way? The everyday or the non-negotiables?
The non-negotiables. You see, right now, I can see there's
failure
a work
is not
ethic
an option.
Oh.
You failed and you are forgiven for it, but you were given freedom to deliver. No one came to tell you you could or could not do something. At least that's how I I experienced Safaricom. If I woke up and I sat down to do Chapadimba, I was told, why are we doing it? Obviously, you go through the motion. It's not like it's a blank check to do what you want. But the expectation was that you would deliver. You were given wings and you were allowed to fly. And in between, we made mistakes. That's for sure. Even in Bob's time, he had an award for failures because it's important to fail. Because some of the biggest moments probably came out of things that failed.
He had an award for failure.
Yeah.
What?
Yes. If your project, we had the Safaricom Heroes Award that still continues now. He actually had an award on stage for the most fallen through project, and you came on stage and you picked because Bob wanted people to understand that not every day is going to be rosy, that failure is an option and you will be rewarded for failure because from the failures is where you learn. And he always used to say, fall fast, fall forward. Fail fast, fail fast, forward.
Fall forward, yes. Fail fast, fail forward.
That one.
But Michael Joseph Bob came in an era, Michael Joseph is in the building era.
Yes,
Bob is in the growth era or something like that. Yeah, it's
whichever way.
Michael Joseph was taking off the plane, Bob was cruising it.
Yes.
So, the kind of leader who is necessary at this time.
Yes, I believe in every stage of Safaricom's being, it has required a different kind of leader. And I think when Michael was there, it was right for that moment. When Bob came in, it was right for that. And where Peter is right now is right for where it is.
What did he do to the culture? What kind of culture did Michael, as now workers, for you?
For me, let me tell you what it was impossible was never. Michael inspired us to do things we never imagined we could do in our industry, in events. He would wake up and say, we're going to do a classical fusion concert. We're like, in 5 weeks, are you crazy? This takes months. He's like, no, the people we want to bring in to perform are only available in April. You're now in March, end of February. Get it done. Then you say, okay, we'll be lucky to have 500 people because Kenya doesn't have classical, or at least we thought people don't listen to classical music. Richie, 4,000 people show up and you're like, what does this man know that we don't know about ourselves? You know, so for me, and I always say from each of my bosses I learned, there was always that one thing that I left learning. And with Michael, and I'm sure you'll come to, with Gina, I learned what kindness looked like. Because remember, I've come from a boss who yells and mistreats people to a lady boss who doesn't yell. I don't think I ever saw Gina yell. I think I saw Gina yell once. That we were growing up in an era where women thought to be heard, we need to be mean and unfortunately, and I hate to have to say this, that we had to be tough and we have to walk in a certain way. Gina was never that. Gina was just kind and let's do the right thing and let's deliver. And so that's what I learned from her is kindness pays. That's where. From Michael, I learned, no is not an answer. And not no in a bad way. Like, of course, you had a voice, but don't say no until you've tried it. Was, impossible is not. There was no space for him in, what do you mean we can't do this? Go and figure it out and come back. And I'm telling you, 99.999%, no matter whether it was technology or marketing or sales or HR, we found a way to get it done. And so we learned from Michael that there's always a way.
Wow. Okay. You'll tell us about Bob when his time comes. So 2003 now, you start. 2004.
I'm now an employee.
What day?
4th of Jan.
4th of Jan.
Or is it 5th? It was a Monday. I think it's either 4th or 5th. My paperwork says 4th of Jan.
Paycheck has changed. Employee number?
685.
You don't have to share. Again, I know in CTA there's a point people stop getting
numbers. It's not like 125K, so I've jumped to double.
Still under 30?
Let me tell you, still under 30
Wow. And that's minus benefits.
Benefits were good. So in that salary, I now have a fuel allowance.
Oh.
I now have medical for both me and my mom. So one of the negotiations I had was that my biggest pain point when I went to sign the letter with HR was to say that what keeps me up at night was that my mom didn't have a medical insurance. or rather she had, but paying for, because we took an international cover for her. So I asked if they could help me pay. So they said they would pay the equivalent of what they pay locally. And so they were kind enough to contribute towards my mom's medical. And then now your pension and SACCO, and
Wow.
so now I'm seeing these benefits. I had pension and all of that at Jinadin as well. Let me not. But yeah, of course But the biggest flex now is you're working for Safaricom.
What does that look like at the industry at that time? And let me start again. What was your role? What was your
Events coordinator. Now I've gone as events coordinator, as junior as it gets, entry-level job.
And who are you reporting to? Oh, wow. Yeah, you didn't just start as the boss.
Events coordinator. My then boss, if I'm getting it right, guy, I should have really gone and written all these things down before I came here. Olga Arara was my then boss.
Okay.
I'm looking like this, but yes. If I remember anything different, I'll come back to it, but yes. So now I've gone as events coordinator.
Events coordinator, Safaricom.
Yes.
Who are your colleagues in terms of your level? Are you the only events coordinator?
Yes, the only, but now there's a sponsorship manager who's come in called Nelly. Mildred, now remember the foundation has started. Remember the foundation story?
The Safaricom Foundation?
Yes.
This is Mildred, when it started?
Yes.
Okay.
Now Mildred is running the foundation. But we're all intertwined. We're all together. Yeah. Sponsorship. Nelly's job is to receive the sponsorships and up until the point of admin. Once she's finished with what's going to happen, like we're going to Kitengela to do this, or we're going to Busia to do a boat race, I take over to execute the event.
Wow. So this thing is morphing. In the beginning, you were doing it nicely, goodness of the heart, of course, coordinated. But now it's become a thing until now the sponsorship department has been formed.
Yes. Now we have a sponsorship.
And there's structure being put onto how we get the...
Mildred was running sponsorships.
Oh, it was always
Remember, it's always been there. From the year 2000. It's not new.
Okay.
That existed in marketing.
Including the structures where you meet once a week and then you decide.
Yes.
Or twice a week. Once every 2 weeks.
Yeah. Twice a month, sometimes once a month, depending on how many letters we had.
And what was the voting criteria on? Because how do you figure out somebody wants cancer treatment or somebody wants school fees?
I think, okay, so we didn't sponsor individuals because it's hard who you're going to say yes to, who you're going to say no to.
Okay.
It was more existing, registered, structured environments. Having said that, so it could be a chama, it could be a SACCO, not a SACCO, sorry, like it could be a women's group in Kitui who want to start an egg business. They're formal, right?
Yeah.
So that you're not giving money to people who are just going to run off with it and not do what they say they're going to do. So it was everything from golf tournaments to athletic races to all of that.
There's a guy I interviewed here, one of my first CTAs that nobody even knows that I did. You actually helped the guy to go for the Oscars.
Yes,
you
and
remember?
It's me who spoke to him.
Charlie.
Yes, Charlie. Charlie called me, and actually Charlie sent me a really nice butterfly, a carving of a butterfly, which I still have at home. Wow. Charlie sent me that. He went on, after the Oscars, he went on to do a lot of red carpet content.
Yeah.
And yeah, Charlie, I remember because he called me and he said, I'm trying to go to the Oscars and I know you guys don't sponsor individuals. And I remember taking it, I can't remember who was in charge then, but we were saying that's a moment in our history books. That's no longer an individual going, that's our country going to the Oscars. So we paid for his flights and accommodation. Wow. Yeah.
Okay. It is important to say.
So we were not stiff. I think that's another thing to remember. For example, we would say we would only sponsor things within the Kenyan border, but Eric Wainaina was taking More Fire to New York, to Broadway.
Yeah.
We had to be part of his story. We had to enable that. And we funded More Fire here for it to play here.
Yeah.
But it started in Broadway and then came to be played. Safaricom was his biggest sponsor. So whereas he's going to New York, it's a moment in our books as a country. It's not just in sponsoring an individual.
That was huge.
So we were not inflexible.
I get it.
There's also, listen, the truth is you also have to benefit as a brand. You have to be seen in these things as well. It's not all, it has to be a win-win.
I get it's good to be seen at the Oscars. It's good to be seen
Yes.
on Broadway. Okay, so once I think you called her Mildred. Once Mildred hands it over, once these are the decided events that you're doing.
Mildred is Safaricom Foundation.
Oh, sorry,
Nelly's sponsorship.
Nelly. So
But Mildred's activities are also being run by me. So foundation says we finished building the dormitory in Samia. We're going to hand
my
over.
God, Zah, what does this look like? How many?
I
events
still
are
have
you
Gina
doing?
Din support. In any month, we were doing between 25 to 40 different things. For real.
That means sometimes twice a day.
There were even 4 things in a day. People were just separated to. But remember, Gina Din is still our agency.
Yes.
With 12, 13 people supporting us. I wasn't alone.
Okay. Okay. Yes. I've got it. In fact, somebody now there's a Ginadine who's you. Were you replaced by Ginadine, or she was like, Zah will help because you've left Ginadine?
Oh, no. There was an account. There was a whole team that came to support. When I left, I think I was given somebody, a colleague of mine, there was Shose Ayalo who came to run the account.
Okay. Okay. So there was the capacity then to do.
Remember, it's only me who's left. The account continues with or without me.
I get it.
So I'm now the client. But
That's-
it's the
yes.
same team, by the way. I just have changed roles. So we're still working. Jidane still has the account. We
30
still
to
have
40 events.
different things. It could start off with drop-off banners at KICC for the conference we're sponsoring to we're going to hand over a check at Kenyatta National Hospital, or we need to get ready for launch of the base station in Lamu. It sounds really easy the way I'm saying it. I'm only just summarizing it, but
It's
the
a
fact
lot.
is there was a machinery around it. It's a big account.
Yeah.
Even today, I think if you spoke to the Safaricom brand experience team, I can tell you, I mean, I'm sure they're doing 25 different things every month because foundation is still active. Brand assets are still active. Events are still active. Sponsorship
So
is
Foundation
still
are 2 now. MPESA Foundation also came into the mix. I mean, I've worked with Safaricom and I understand, even from a Groove Awards perspective, that's a lot.
what we just did because now when Bob comes in, we now start something called brand assets.
Okay, before Bob. So
Actually, not before, not Bob didn't come in. It was towards when Wangari Murugu was the head of marketing. She started something called brand assets, and we'll talk about that.
Okay, I get it. So 2004, what's that year like then for you? Home and life and work, but it sounds like work is a lot of
Work. Home was 5% of my
Yes.
life. I was only coming to change clothes, change suitcase, shower. I don't even think I ate a home meal unless there was no Safaricom work to be done. But in between, now I've met a crazy counterpart of mine called Mina Sali, who works in customer care. So while she's in customer care, she's doing her job. Me, I'm there. Friday nights we're partying. Saturday, if she goes to call center, I go to wherever I'm supposed to go. If we're in Nairobi, we're young, we have energy. Sleep is for
the old.
yeah. So there's that whole thing of we're enjoying life, and this enjoyment of life is all my life is intertwined at Safaricom. My social life is Safaricom.
Yeah.
It's either we are partying with people from engineering department, from marketing, from wherever it is, but my whole ecosystem, Safaricom is what I know.
I met you through. Okay, actually, I met you before, but I think where I saw you properly now when we had a conversation was via Sylvia.
Yes, Sylvia.
Is Sylvia there this time in distribution?
Sylvia came in as senior manager prepaid. Yeah. I don't know if the year she joined.
How many people is Safaricom within your office looking like at this 2004?
Marketing, we're maybe at that time, we're about 13 to 18. So Sylvia joins marketing as senior manager. Those roles are new. So the senior manager, prepay, postpay, like that. So she comes in as that, as a colleague.
Yeah.
I'm still not a senior manager. Sylvia comes in at a level higher than me. I am at a grade 5. She was at a grade 4, which is called senior manager. They're the ones who had like cubicles. We used to call them fish tanks. You had made it in life when you were given a
fish tank.
when you sat in that fish tank.
And
You were a boss.
There's no cow at this point in there.
The cows are all, the cow is, even today the cows exist. If you have a really big event and
like,
the network needs to be enhanced, likely the tech team will bring in the cow
I saw
to
the
enhance
cow
it.
at one of the events that Julian Kula does.
Yes,
The
one
Routes
at
Festival. There's a time he did it, I think, at Kasarani.
yes, it's just to enhance, especially for voice and data.
Yeah.
Actually, those are the key reasons.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's called Cell on Wheels. Not
Cell
that
on
it
Wheels.
looks like a cow, Richie.
Yeah, no.
Cell on Wheels.
But I like the name. I like the acronym.
It does, yeah.
Yeah.
Don't worry. First time I saw about a cow, I was like, okay, why is it like? And then I saw it, and it's just like it looks like a.
I've seen it. It looks like this on the photo which has been put on. Okay, so you're literally integrated with this Safaricom. Your life now is Safaricom.
It's all I know. Remember, I'm drowning myself in work to get over my sorrows. Thankfully, it was not alcohol I chose. I chose work. Yeah, I'm drowning in my sorrows. I'm still not over my father's, uncles, and cousins' death. I'm over not over a horrible relationship I'm leaving or have left.
Yeah.
So I'm still dealing with all that darkness inside, and the only way I can not even get over it, Richie, because bury it. Put my head in the sand is to just keep working, so I don't have to think about what it is that I'm going through.
And does it show up? Does it pop out sometimes, like in anger bursts, depression fits?
No, remember that thing I told you from childhood that I thank God I learned how to live and be alone or enjoy being alone? That was the comfort I had. I learned very quickly that silence was my friend. And so when I would hit rock bottom, I would go back home and just close my curtains and stay silent until I could help myself. But there was the fine line between going into depression and coming out brighter. But yeah, that had I not from a childhood space enjoyed being alone, I think that being alone in my adult life, because I really didn't have any support system other than my mother. And obviously people like Junadin and my friends were there, but I don't think anybody ever had the opportunity to scratch the surface to understand really what that darkness was doing to me. So that silence, if I hadn't loved being alone, would have probably consumed me. Yeah.
Okay. Is there anything else from 2004, that first year of Safaricom? Okay, we're going
They're
to
pretty uneventful. It's just work.
It's all eventful.
It's all work. It's all eventful. No pun intended.
It's all eventful.
Yeah.
So MPESA hasn't popped up at this time, no?
MPESA comes 2007.
Oh, 2007.
Yes.
What?
But in between, Richie, on the good side of things, because it's not all work, I meet my... So interestingly, in the year my father dies, one of my colleagues at Junadin says to me, I really think you need to meet this guy. I think you guys are made for each other. And remember, I've left a horrible relationship. The last thing I want is another man in my life. If I'm dating, we live, I don't want a relationship. From 2002 to 2005, I heard that from her and two other people, including, funny enough, Richie, the world is amazing. His sister was my hairdresser. And I didn't know that. So here's my colleague at Junadin telling me, you need to meet this man. I really think you guys were made for each other. And all this time, his sister is my hairdresser. So one day I'm sitting in the salon getting my hair done, and he comes to pick his sister, this man, and I'm coming to who this man is. And I see him and I think, wow, this guy is a cutie pie. I don't know who he is. I don't know that he's the same guy that people are telling me I need to meet and be with. And the year that my father dies on Thursday night, and on Saturday, I go to do my hair. Don't ask me why, Richie, but honestly, if you look at I think I just needed to get out of the house and just feel human. So I left and I went to the salon and I sat in, her name is Natasha, and I sat in Natasha's chair and I said, so what do you want? I said, just blow dry my hair dead straight. She said, okay. So she's like, oh, how's life? And I said, oh. She said, oh, what you up to? I said, oh, I'm going to Narok tomorrow. I'm waiting to pick my sisters from the airport tonight. And she says, oh, what's going on? I said, oh, my father died on Thursday night. So, and she's there with her blow dryer, like, anyway, so just before that, she was like, I really still think you should meet my brother.
What?
Now she's telling me to meet her brother. She says, I think my brother was made for you. You're made for my brother. And I tell her I'm not ready, etc. This is the conversation that's happening on the chair now. Anyway, 3 years, she's saying this, everybody's saying that. So one day after I've recovered in 2005, I woke up one loose Sunday and I said, hey, if this woman wants me to meet her brother and he's this cutie pie, who am I to say no? I'm ready. Now I'm ready. I'm like...
Brings it on.
Because I've been dating, but
yeah.
Now I said, okay, let me try. So I go to the salon. I sit down back in her chair. She's like, okay, what are we doing today? I said, actually, I've not come here to do anything.
Come to meet your brother.
I'm now ready to meet your brother. And she's like, oh, that's nice. So she says to me, okay, obviously, I've told him about you, but I've never taken the conversation forward. But I'm going to give him your number. I have yours. And I'm going to give you his, if he's interested in meeting you, we're going to watch a game tonight. I think Liverpool and Man U or something. Him was very in love with Liverpool, so I think they were going to Kengeles to watch a game that night. She said, if he's interested, I'll send you a text with this phone number, then you guys can talk to each other. Sure enough, he was interested, and we exchanged phone numbers, and that man is now my husband. And we celebrate 20 years of marriage this month, February. So that was what was great in the year 2005, was that I said yes to the man.
Okay, that's a good place to stop now. With some happy news.
Yeah.
You can see Isaiah staring at me. We'll be back after this.
Let's go eat.
Let's go eat.
Alrighty. Cool.